Hello, and welcome to Boomerang Beyond Wellness and the Have It Your Way workout series. I'm Angela Fischetti. So today's focus is on the exercise called the Gorilla Row. Now the accessories we'll be using today will be a sticky yoga mat, also an exercise, also known as a resistance tube, and one pair of kettlebells. I'll be using 20-pounders. Now, this leads me right into the precautionary measures and medical disclaimers. A blanket statement at first. If you have any chronic health concern at all, you are invited to preview the video before participating and look for what you can do. However, if you're not sure, then I would invite the medical healthcare practitioner who knows your body best to preview the video as well to help you make an informed decision. Now, specific to this video, the mat and the exercise resistance tube are made out of latex. So if you have a latex allergy, please look for non-latex or latex-free. Now, if you are medicated or not for hypertension, have vertigo, GERD, or an arthritic neck, please avoid this. Dropping the head down, basically it's a forward flexion of the cervical spine of the neck. I would like you please to keep that chin head neutral. Now, another blanket statement for everyone. Please, folks, when you're working out with anybody's YouTube channel, do make sure that your devices are not on the floor because you're going to be in this forward neck cervical spine flexion. Bring the head up and let's get that device up to eye level, please. Also, if you have any back spine flexion issues where you've been advised not to bend down to pick up something, especially something of weight. Now, this could be osteoporosis of the spine, but not exclusive to it, as well as the postural deviation known as hyperkyphosis, which gives us kind of that hunched appearance. Well, for you folks, you're going to do this. You simply stay upright instead of bending over into spine flexion. Also, if you have carpal tunnel syndrome, please avoid this position of the wrist. It's a wrist extension. It doesn't matter what I'm doing here. I'm in wrist extension the whole time. So for you folks, please make sure you keep the wrists straight. Now the muscles engaged, wow, they are many, and we're probably going to discover more. This is indeed a true compound movement, which means we're working multiple large muscles and multiple joints simultaneously. So excellent for the demographic of Boomerang Beyond Wellness. Very, very important for us. So these muscles include the latissimus dorsi muscle. They're known as the lats, that big swimmer's muscle. And now we have the lats little helper, as we call it in massage therapy. The teres major is involved. Rotator cuff muscles are involved. We have the trapezius muscles. We have the posterior deltoid, the back of the shoulders. We have the rhomboids. They're kind of like a Christmas tree effect in between your scapulae, your shoulder blades, and also core muscles involved, deep abdominal muscles, but also the back erector muscles, the gluteals, the quads, and then we're going to bring in the hamstrings, which means we're working the posterior extensor chain of the body. Super important for our aging process. Yes, I am very excited about this exercise. And also the biceps, the forearms, and you know I love targeting the forearms because forearms, wrist, osteoporotic site, and the activities of daily living, ADLs, that are benefited by this exercise. There are many, but I'm going to name just a few. The act of bending down to pick up something and to come up without issue. Super important for us. Also, this, like any row, is a pull movement. Well, think about it. Not all doors are a push open door, folks, right? So some doors you've really got to pull that thing open. You want to be able to do it and not get hurt. Also, this is an incredible exercise to help with our grip strength. I've been really into this because it's an indicator of mortality. We want those hands strong. And then finally, something else I thought of was the act of gardening. You know, pulling weeds, folks. It's all about that gorilla row. Now, a few gentle reminders. When you're working out on your own, and this is by far not a workout, okay? But always feel free to stop and rest whenever you need to. However, I'm not inviting you to quit. You stop, take a couple of breaths, and then return to the work. Also, do keep yourselves properly hydrated with water during your workout. Unless you've been medically advised to avoid drinking a lot of water, then you please follow this advice. Now, on the channel, there is a post tab. I would like you to go there, and you're going to look for some reference images, reference screenshots from the video, but also a link to a really great article I found. Now, usually I avoid blogs, but this just was such a great article about the gorilla row, and I wanted to share it with you. While there, also look for the link to the RPE chart, the rating of perceived exertion chart, and it's a 0 through 10 subjective scale. It's an excellent tool to gauge your sense of effort. Wonderful tool for those of you who are on certain medications like beta blockers. Maybe you don't know how to take your training heart rate, or you might be on a pacemaker. You can show that scale to your doctor and say, hey, can I work with this? It's a great tool for most of us. And what else I wanted to tell you? Yes, so what are we going to do here today with this gorilla row? Well, we're going to do one set, and a set is usually a group of 8 to 15 repetitions. We're definitely going to do 15 here today for you folks. The first 5 repetitions will be done without any equipment, but I do want you to apply a sense of your own resistance. You're applying that thoughtfulness. Be mindful about the work instead of just flinging the body, all right? Then the second round of 5 reps will be with that exercise resistance tube, and the final 5 will be done with the kettlebells. However, with the kettlebells, I'm going to demonstrate it to you with bilateral, meaning you're working both sides at the same time, as well as alternating the movements. Now, before we actually do the work, let's review the athletic ready stance. So I'm going to place my hands to the inside of the high hip bones called the iliac crest, fingers pointing straight down, line up to the knees, line up to the ankles, toes, same line as each other. Turning to the side here, be careful. Some of you like to tip your pelvis forward when you're standing and working out. No, that's called an anterior pelvic tilt. We want the opposite. We want a subtle posterior pelvic tilt. Draw the belly button in. It's also known as a pelvic tuck. Now we're going to begin the work. I'm going to say to you, I'm going to break that definition of an athletic ready stance. We're going to begin with the feet a bit wider than the hips. I'm going to bend the knees a little bit, and I'm going to hip hinge. We bring the arms out in front. All of the breath is done in and out through the nose. Inhale, exhale, pull. Pause at the peak of the contraction, right here when the shoulder blades retract. Inhale, exhale, pull. One more. And slowly take it on up. Let's grab that exercise tube. Now, when you work with a resistance tube, band, whatever, if you're going to stand on it, put that thing underneath the arches of your sneakers. Do not do that barefooted, folks, okay? So the feet a bit wider than the hips, then the knees. I'm going to hip hinge. Now I'm going to crisscross the handles. Inhale, exhale, pull. And pull. Keep the head up, please. Especially medicated or not for hypertension, have vertigo or GERD. One more, I'm going to pause, Carefully release. Watch how you come off the tube. You don't want it to snap away from you. Then finally, let's grab the kettlebells. Let's face the other direction. What the heck? Why not? Feet a bit wider than the hips. I will hip hinge. However, I'm not going very low, am I? That's okay when you're doing it like this. Now I'm going to take it all the way down to the floor. Belly button is up and in. You don't want to arch that low back, right? I'm going to push the ground away, and I'm going to alternate. So that makes 3 repetitions. You can even rotate as another variation. 1 more of each. Inhale, exhale, inhale to lower, exhale to pull, and down. And I'm going to take it up slowly. A couple of nice big shoulder rolls. And that's what we've got for you today, folks, here at Boomer and Beyond Wellness. Please consider subscribing to the channel, share the videos, give it a thumbs up. That would be super awesome. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. And also, if you would like to receive my free monthly newsletter, please go to my website, boomerandbeyondwellness.com, and look for the subscribe tab. And you will receive a thank you video that I created specifically for newsletter subscribers. So until next time, eat your greens, eat your beans, drink your water, and be well. Thank you so much.